Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Midweek War! And we are here to talk Ring of Honor. I, of course, am Mad Mike 483 on the Twitters, and with me, as always, is the voice of Inspire Pro Wrestling, Eamon Paton. How are you, sir?
I am pretty good. I'm ready to talk about this Ring of Honor this week.
Alrighty, and always with us is... He doesn't care if his lower third works. We don't care if his lower third... You know who he is. He's Tonio Garza.
So I was going to write Heel Garza, and then I was going to write El Hijo del Corino, in case you actually do want my lower third.
and ladies, his lower third is available.
Well, now.
More on that later. We are going to be talking Ring of Honor this week, and I'm going to start things off. My one word for Ring of Honor this week is heel? Question mark? I will get into what that means a little bit later. Eamon, what is your one word for Ring of Honor this week?
My one word for Ring of Honor this week is weird. And that doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. It's just weird for Ring of Honor.
All right, fair enough. Garza, what was your word for this week?
Jacket. Because there was a particularly weird looking jacket.
Okay. I was like, what?
Oh yeah.
This may have been the best 3 words we've ever done for any show.
All right, heel weird jacket. All right. So my good.
That's my favorite indie band. Heel weird jacket.
They're the ones that did the remix to the X Factor theme.
Yes. Callback to what you haven't seen if you're listening.
Callback to our conversation before the hangout started, which is fantastic. So my good for this week is Colby Corino.
God damn it!
But not for the reason that you think.
Okay.
I have figured out this feud. BJ Whitmer is the face.
Kind of came off that way.
It super came off that way for me. That's why I said heel question mark.
I mean, partially it came off that way. There was a part where it wasn't, but then he came back.
I don't know if he did. Because, okay, Colby Corino had a match with Punisher Martinez, who looks like an Uso stretched out into Test's body, which is.
Oh, I was gonna say he's Baron Corbin.
He's Baron Uso. That's what he is.
He really wrestled like Baron Corbin too. It was
really did.
Like a better Baron Corbin.
But BJ Whitmer was being a supportive manager for Colby Corino the whole match, and after Colby lost, he was like, "Colby, you did a great job. Got work on some
Which
stuff."
is so weird.
It was super duper weird. And all right, and we know Steve Corino is under the Mr. Wrestling 3 mask, obviously.
Nah.
Yeah, we all. But Steve Corino / Mr. Wrestling 3 comes off as the biggest heel in the world because he would not go in there and save his son from getting beat up.
He wouldn't take his mask off. Yeah.
He wouldn't even take his mask off, let alone go in the ring. And the most he did after Colby got 5 suplexes is stand up and take off his jacket slightly.
At that point, I would be like, if I was Colby, I'd be like, fuck you.
Exactly. Colby. There's no reason Colby should want to go back with his dad at this point.
Do I need to bring Stryker to talk about the legacy of Lucha Libre masks? Really? You don't take your mask off for nothing.
Garza,
Wow.
there's no legacy to that mask.
He's Mr. Wrestling whatever the fuck number.
3?
Wasn't there already a Mr. Wrestling 3?
Yeah, it was
was
Kevin Steen.
Yeah,
No,
that's what I thought. Okay, but yeah, I thought the segment was good. Mostly because Steve Corino didn't talk a lot during it. And also, I have to say this, have you guys seen the first Austin Powers movie?
I'm not.
Alright, when Dr. Evil comes back to the present, and he meets Scott Evil for the first time, and he's got the weird 90s bleached hair, That's
Oh,
all I can think of when I see Colby Corino now. Like
Like,
Colby Corino is just Scott evil.
yeah.
yeah.
Like that's all I can think of now. All right, Eamon, what was your good this week for Ring of Honor?
I was gonna say Colby Corino, because I actually like to. He reminded me a lot of like a Spike Dudley in
Mhm.
the match, like his bumping and stuff like that, and I really enjoyed that aspect of it. Since you said it, I'm not gonna say it again though. I'm gonna say my good, and stay with me here, was the opener, just for how weird it was.
Oh
Roderick
man,
Strong defending the TV title against Masada, who Masada's from Texas, and I've seen Masada multiple times. Deathmatch wrestler, uh, was like competed in the first year of like Ring of Honor in 2002, which they didn't mention, I don't think, at all.
no, they did,
Wow.
they did. They said Messiah is returning to Ring of Honor.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
he was part of the Carnage crew.
yeah, part of the original Carnage crew. Um, Fucking weird, like just so weird.
Now, Eamon, I'm not well versed on Masada.
Mm-hmm.
Are bamboo sticks really a thing that he does?
He takes the sticks and he basically does one of these on the top of your head, and then they basically kind of flare out because they're stuck in your head.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have seen him actually do it.
Yeah, me too. That was
And Ring of Honor get pulled from Comet or whatever the fuck.
I mean, I didn't get that whole thing. That whole
Yeah.
fucking thing. Like, first of all, Roddy versus the World. Like, fuck it. I'll get to it on my bad. Garza, you go. Spoiler alert for what my bad is,
Oh.
everybody.
But also, just one more thing was the fact that like Masada's like this deathmatch wrestler who I've seen like fall off scaffolds and like go through glass and all this shit, and he got beat with like a knee to the
Keep
knee to
in
the
mind,
head.
guys, this is Eamon's good.
He got beat.
This is Eamon's good. Keep this in mind.
He got beat with like a knee to the head in like 7 minutes. Like, sorry, like.
So Eamon,
it's,
Eamon, why was this your good? Did we skip?
it's
did we
it's
skip
like good
over?
because of how like funny weird it is.
Okay.
If
Alright.
you know Masada, it's like really, like that's how he lives.
It's like Mick Foley getting beat with the worm.
Basically, any essential Ring of Honor match, there's like a million finisher sequences, but like one knee takes down Masada. Like,
Like it wasn't even a sick kick.
yeah, it's just a jumping knee.
It's not like Roddy has an elaborate finisher that he needs to set up. He's got a fucking running kick.
Hey, Roddy, I've seen you nail that knee multiple times in like 30-minute matches before, and you couldn't finish off opponents then.
Oh,
Like-
God. I'm pretty sure that wouldn't even have finished off Cheeseburger. Anyway, Garza, what's your good for this week?
I'm gonna give my good to the main event.
So, Taylor Hendricks.
Yes, that too.
Sorry, second week in a row, we had to mention it because...
Jesus Christ.
Yes. Particularly the ending. I like that that they shoved Jay Lethal out and they pinned Adam Cole. I liked it because it now like gives the whole feeling to the match for the anniversary show that Jay Lethal now knows that maybe I can lose my child because this fuckwits like are weak and will lose the match while I'm like distracted or something. So
Yeah, it was a good.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying, yeah, agreeing with your point. Yeah, it was a good storytelling device, I think.
Yeah, so I think that gave it gave me like a good build up to the triple threat of the anniversary show. So I'm gonna give the whole match was pretty good, but that particular part I like the most.
Yeah, I mean, that's the best way to set up any kind of triple threat match, is to watch the champion see a fall happen between the other two guys without him being involved at all. And Jay Lethal sells everything so well, too. He was like he sold the reaction like, oh no, this could really happen. Like, this could be my future. It was just a great way to build. My bad, as we somewhat alluded to in Eamon's good, is Roddy versus the World. Um, Roddy's had 3 matches in this Roddy versus the World thing.
I can't even remember who the first 2 were against.
The first one was against Bobby Fish.
No. He's had more.
Really?
Yeah, there was one where he fought like a black guy. Can't remember his name.
Oh, I remember.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but he wasn't the TV title holder then, was he?
Yeah, he already was. That was like, I think, like one of the first ones he did. He did Stevie Richards. He
Yeah,
did
that was on the
Fish.
Phantom episode of Ring of Honor that we were never able to watch on the
Yeah.
But,
And then Bobby Fish.
But
Yeah, he did
therein
some-
lies my problem. Therein lies my problem. Bobby Fish comes out and says, "Oh, Roddy versus the World. I guess that means everyone except me." And I looked, I'm like, wait a minute. Like, I know I'm not the best on Ring of Honor history, but didn't these fuckers have a match of Final Battle?
Yeah.
And it was for the title. I went to Wikipedia and I checked. I'm like, it was for. So what the fuck is Bobby Fish talking about? Like, is he just desperate because he knows he's not a part of the world title feud?
Well, I think, and because again, I think it also is from the fact that I didn't watch Final Battle, but I know there was like some screwiness where like Bobby like legitimately had him beat, but then Roddy fucked him over or something like.
But that's not the story that they're saying. They're saying Bobby Fish has never gotten a shot.
I'm trying to think if it's a case of like you know when they do like the John Cena Open challenges, like there's John Cena Open challenges, but if it's like a build match for a pay-per-view, it's not necessarily an open challenge. You know what I mean? So it's not billed as that. Like maybe that's the case. I don't
guess. I don't know. I normally like open challenge gimmicks, but the guy who's doing the open challenge has to have a good promo to carry it. And well, I felt like I had anesthetic twice today when I heard Roderick Strong talking again.
know.
I'm not a Roddy guy. I'm not. That's not me. I don't know what else I can say about it. Eamon, what was your bad this week? If that was your good.
God, I don't. Can I make my good my bad as well? Like, can I make it?
Sure.
Sure. Why not? I've done that before with the TNA World Title scene.
Yeah, that's fair. I like the concept of somebody versus the world. Like, I like the idea of even the idea of like, hey, we'll bring in completely different people that are from all different sides of the world, like a Masada, or like a whatever. Like, I like that concept. I just don't know if Roddy can pull off that concept because it's like it's Roddy, guys.
You have to have charisma to pull it off. Like, you have to. The reason John Cena can pull it off is because John Cena is like, "You want some? Come get some," and he can do that with anyone. But I don't think it works with Roddy. All right, Garza, what was your bad this week?
Let's just go for the trifecta. Also the opening match. But not for the reasons you're saying, because I actually think it does work for Roddy, because Roddy is a guy that when he wants, he can have a good match with anyone, any style. Which brings me to my bad. I don't think it's fair for Roddy to have to fight in a loose rules match just because Masada is there, I mean, fuck that. Masada, if he wants a title shot, Masada should fight at Roddy's the rules he's putting for everyone else,
Which is okay, because they said the match was relaxed rules.
Yeah.
But
they didn't do anything with it.
But in fact, Masada really wrestled Roddy's style. Like he did a lot of groundwork and stuff like that. Which, by the way, he can do. I'm not saying he's just like a deathmatch guy.
Yeah, and the announcers weren't saying that either. They were saying like he knows holds and everything. He just prefers to use weapons.
Yeah. Because the only weapon thing we had was him bringing in the skewers and not using them.
And to be fair, until they unwrapped them, we didn't even know what it was. Like they mentioned it, like everyone should know what that is. I'm like, this is the first time I've ever seen Masada. I don't know what the fuck that is. It just looks like a wrapped up napkin.
Yeah, that was definitely a gift for deathmatch fans. But I just didn't like that they changed the rules just because it was Masada. Because I mean, if we get a luchador, it's not gonna have to be like a 2 out of 3 falls
That
lucha
would be
libre
awesome. That
rules,
would
you
be
know.
awesome, though.
You could,
But I
but
mean, you can't act like Ring of Honor doesn't have relaxed rules in basically every match, especially
no,
tag team matches.
yeah, but this time they're actually like straight up telling you, oh, there's gonna be relaxed rules, and if Masada wants to use a cheese grater, he can use it, you know, fuck it.
I don't know if Cheese Grater would fall under relaxed rules.
I mean, okay, he was gonna go death match. I think cheese
I,
grater is
I,
not
I
that
think a
bad.
chair might be relaxed rules. A Cheese Grater might be pushing it a little bit.
I would love to see. Now, I really want to see Masada versus Cheeseburger in a death match where it's basically. God, I just ruined the whole joke.
It turns him into ground beef.
Oh,
All right. So my change for this week, I would have had Colby Corino win.
yeah.
I would have had Colby Corino win because it puts a storyline into the Top Prospects tournament, which I think it needs, because otherwise, for people like me who are new to Ring of Honor, now I don't give a shit about the Top Prospects tournament. I mean, sure, it'll be a lot of fun matches, but if there's no through line to it, I'm not going to care as much.
Well, I think regardless of how much you've been in Ring of Honor, the tournament's the same thing. It's a bunch of people we don't know, and that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I
it's a
mean,
bunch of people we don't know and one person we do know.
yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying that it doesn't matter if you're new or not. We're all on the same page at this point, I guess.
But it doesn't have to be that way. I think if Colby got a win, and then like maybe it was like, oh wow, maybe this tutelage by BJ Whitmer is working, and like insert some drama into it as opposed to, oh, BJ Whitmer's just an asshole who's going to throw Colby Corino around,
I
even
can see
though
that.
even though his dad's the bigger asshole for not stopping him. Like, I don't know, it just it's counterintuitive to me.
I can see your point.
Yeah.
I do think in a match like that it would be really shitty in the sense because like I couldn't believe necessarily that Colby could beat Punisher Martinez because like obviously he's an unknown but he was a pretty big guy like he had a
Yeah,
lot
but
on
but
Colby.
that but that makes it even better. Like the Lightning Kid being Razor Ramon.
Yeah,
I mean, Spike Dudley's entire career. You know what I mean? Like
that's fair enough.
you could have done something with it, and now Colby's just cannon fodder for the eventual Corino versus Whitmer match.
Which he
And
should,
but it seems like a
because
waste.
he's green as fuck.
So what?
Don't you say he can't reach the main event because he won't be able to have a good match. I mean,
I'm
the
not
main
saying he
event,
should win
the
it.
finals. No,
I'm
I
not
mean,
saying he should win it. I'm saying he should have at least won the first round.
I agree with that. Just to not have to see Punisher Martinez again.
Well, I
But
didn't think he was that bad.
You didn't like Baron Uso?
but I mean, I see the value in just getting him eliminated here
I guess,
because
but the way
because
Ring of Honor works, we're not going to see a follow up on this for 3 weeks.
that's okay.
Mm.
I mean, but how you were saying that, okay, we can show that Whitmer's teachings were working. We can now show that, you know what, like, Whitmer hasn't done shit.
But
Because
that's what they've been showing the whole time. Like
I know, and
it
that,
doesn't change it, and it doesn't change what Carino's reaction is going to be.
but I mean, Whitmer being the heel, we should keep showing that.
All right, I will agree to disagree on that. I think that they should have changed it up a little bit so it looks like Colby could be built up to be brought down by Whitmer as opposed to him just losing everything. All right, Eamon, what was your change this week?
Uh, I'm gonna go 3 for 3. My change is the opener. I would have made it my change is actually in contrast to Tony. I would have made it a full-fledged death match.
Mm-hmm.
I would.
I'd be into that because
why not?
and Roddy could be like, not only do I want to wrestle people all over the world, I want to wrestle them in their match.
Well, I just also love the fact that Roddy getting the shit kicked out of him in like that kind of a match. But like, yeah, that's my first ever good, bad, and change.
All right, Garza will be your change this week.
Um, I guess my change would just be also in the Colby thing. I don't know, like it was weird. I want to change something about it. I'm not exactly sure why, but
Would you have
I
had Steve Corino stop the beatdown?
no, but I don't think I should have done that because I think that needs to build up to something else. But I think that it came out really sudden that Whitmer just kicked his ass.
Yeah, I would have loved that delayed a few weeks. Like,
Yeah.
build up the fact that Whitmer is caring for Colby, and then do that. Like,
Yeah, he's actually just sorry that Colby lost, and he's just like, it's okay, you'll get him next time, kid. And then they walk off, and
because it does make you believe in a sense. Well, Whitmer's not that bad of a guy. Like,
yeah, like just some kind of story point I think needs to be inserted in that match, and this was just more of the same. I don't know.
yeah.
Okay, so I think we pretty much hit everything on Ring of Honor. Me for this week, Ring of Honor was number 4. It was a bad show. I just, you open up with Roddy Strong, and it doesn't end well. It doesn't end well. The rest of the show was fine. I liked the main event. I thought that was good, and the Colby stuff, had its issues, but I thought it was fun. And that powerbomb he took on the apron.
Yeah.
Ouch. Fucking ouch. Like that just looked painful. I thought he was gonna throw him back into the ring at that point. He got him up so high. But yeah, it's number 4 for me. Eamon, how about you?
It's actually my number 2 this week. I like the main event. I really like the Colby Corino stuff. Like I said, I thought the match was very good with Punisher Martinez, and I really enjoyed it. And just for the ridiculousness of the opener, like just me knowing Masada and like knowing, well, not knowing, but like knowing Masada and like, yeah, like I don't know what to say more about that opener. But yeah.
Alrighty, and how about you, Gozer? Where'd you rank it this week?
I'm gonna rank it number 2 also. Primarily because I really loved the main event, but I felt that there was a good storyline development on 3 of the storylines they're telling. It would have been number 1, but Punisher Martinez had a terrible jacket.
Someone said it was I can't remember who said it, but someone compared it to like a vampire super crazy. Like,
well,
yeah,
you guys know who the Punisher is, right?
Yes.
But like,
okay, because that was kind of the inspiration for that jacket.
I know what he's going for.
Okay.
He just failed at it.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. As long as you guys know what he was going for, because otherwise I was gonna have to give you guys a big long lecture about Frank Castle. Not, by the way, no relation to Dalton.
No.
Although I would read that comic book. CM Punk, if you're watching, write that comic book. Frank and Dalton Castle, The Punisher and the Peacock. I'd read it. I'd buy the trade.
Jesus. Punisher and his boys.
The Punisher and his boys. Yes. Oh my God, I want that so bad now. We pitched so many comics this week.
A lot.
All right, so you can find me at MadMike4883 on the Twitter machine. You can also find us at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. If you like what we do this every Tuesday night. We talk about wrestling. We talk to people from Lucha Underground, for Christ's sake. A couple weeks ago, we talked to Chris DeJoseph, where he gave us a lot of dirt that you might have been reading on some kind of sheets. Eamon, where can people find you on the internet?
They can find me on Twitter at Eamon2, please, and they can also check out Inspire Pro Wrestling on Twitter at InspireProRes.
Excellent. And how about you, Garza?
You can find me at DW Revolution for Twitter, and you can go to TheWrestlingRevolution.com to read every type of review of every type of show you're looking for.
Alrighty, and that is going to do it for us this week. For Tonio Garza, for Eamon Paton, I've been Mad Mike, and this has been your Midweek War.